Hi, Cancer. I'm Heather Dawn. This is your tarot reading for Summer Solstice, which is June 20th, 2025. And it will extend to September 22nd, which will be Autumnal Equinox. I will do monthly readings for you as well. But I wanted to do the June reading focused on the Summer Solstice all the way for the next 3 months. Kind of what are the themes, what is coming in, what advice are you needing, what are you working on, okay? So let's get some cards for you. Yes, so this is Summer Solstice in Nashville where I am, so that's what I'm basing it on. We have the Five of Swords, midpoint decision of laying the swords down, choosing not to engage in a battle that has been long-standing, and you are very much acknowledging that no one is ever going to win this war, and before someone gets truly hurt, I am going to agree to disagree and disengage and walk away. Lay the swords down. There are hurt feelings here for sure, but there's no blood, so that's good. Ace of Wands, love that. So it's like you've turned your attention away from fighting a fight that has no winner ever to, you know, turning a completely different direction towards a new beginning of creativity, passion, healing your sexuality. I always get that with this Ace of Wands. It is a very personal initiation towards healing your creative passion, your sexual passion, initiating action. We'll see what that's about as we go. But yeah, it's leaving something behind that is tired. It's exhausting. It's like, yeah, I could go on and on about this Five of Swords, but it's like, you know, this could be family conflict, a friendship conflict, a lover conflict. It's just like you keep having the same argument over and over and over for years. It just like no one is going to back down from their opinion. You're not going to back down. You're not going to convince them to back down. Vice versa. It's like just it's kind of like the surrender point of like you're not surrendering and they're winning. It's kind of like you're both surrendering and you understand that neither one of you are winning. So like, let's just stop before someone gets hurt. Okay, facing the direction of this new beginning of creativity and passion. And you also have the Two of Wands. So there is a progression here from the Ace to the Two of Wands. I think that because of the way these are set up, you know, you initiate something over the next 3 months, and you do it because you know, like, it's an interesting message. You know, we go from in the tarot, we go from the Ace all the way to the 10, and then the Knight, or I'm sorry, the Page, the Knight, the Queen, the King, right? There's this progression of maturity, of evolution towards culmination, right? And empowerment. And for you, it's like the Ace, with you initiating, it's like you have your eye on the prize of just reaching the 2. You're not even focused on that 10 of Wands of like completing something. You're like, no, I'm just going to engage in personal creativity, personal initiation, independent choice and action, getting something started, because just that action alone creates a doorway. The Two of Wands is always a doorway. And that doorway is more than enough for me right now to even know I have a doorway. To even know that like just a choice, a decision that you make. And it does have to do with, I'm like, what am I doing in my hands? It does have to do with disengaging from this battle and putting your focus on yourself and healing your sexuality and healing your creativity and healing your passion for life. Just that choice alone creates a doorway. You know it's going to create a doorway, and the doorway is the goal right now. You're not worried about the future. I mean, it is a future-oriented doorway. I hope that's making sense. But just you turning around away from this battle that's been so exhausting and so painful and so aggressive. I mean, we're talking about swords. We're talking about people constantly jabbing at each other, poking at each other, saying horrible things, and just causing mental anguish. Like, you're just like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to turn this way. And I'm going to take my magic wand. And I'm going to swirl it around myself until the doorway appears. And the doorway is enough. That's your only goal right now. Like, I just want to see the doorway. Show me the doorway. Show me which way to go. Show me what the doorway even is. Like, if I can just know what the doorway is, that's enough. Like, I'm happy with that for now. That's all I want for now. So, let's see what comes out with the Five of Swords. Seven of Coins. Okay. So this disengagement from the battle, that is, wow. I think you might be aware, but I don't think you're fully aware of the power that has for your safety and security. Like, you know it does. You know not engaging in a battle brings more safety and security. But it does something so much more deeply rooted and intense for you that you don't really fully see yet. Not just for you, but for the other people who are involved. Like, you by doing that, you have planted, you're like Johnny Appleseed. You've planted some seeds that will take some time to yield results. You know, you plant an apple tree, it takes, I think it takes several years for you to actually get apples. I could be wrong. I'm not an apple tree farmer. So if you're an apple tree farmer, please let me know. But it's like, you know, it just by walking away from something and disengaging and choosing not to fight anymore. Wow, it's like you have really done something very important for yourself and for that other person or those people. Like, you have. And I don't think you're going to see the results of that for a while. But I want you to trust that it is making a profound difference. It has dropped the seeds. It is like those seeds will like winter in there, and they will, you know, hibernate, and they'll start to sprout, and then they'll blossom into something beautiful. It's like you can't build a beautiful garden by like going out and stomping on the plants when they start to grow, which is what like sword energy is. Or you can't go out and like, you know, oh, there's a sprout, I'm gonna pick it out. Like, you can't just like, or slash it with your sword. Like, aggression is not the answer. Walking away and letting the seed of walking away ferment and sprout when it's time. All right, with the Ace of Wands, this thing that you're turning towards, this passionate new beginning, well, we have the Nine of Swords with that. This is, so look at this card, y'all. This is anxiety, crazy dreams, when things hit you so hard when you're alone and at night. The Ace of Wands, this choice that you are determined to make the door appear, is your key to get away from this. And honestly, there may be a lot of anxiety still for you involved in this, because when you make a choice to do something completely new and to stop fighting a battle, it's like there's a lot of unknowns, and there's a lot of I mean, we're talking about an independent energy here. So even though this card is really great, the Ace of Wands, it is a very solo, independent energy. I'm getting very, walking away from a battle. You could have been battling with, it could be family, it could be friend, but it's like a dynamic, it's a group dynamic that even if you were fighting, at least somebody was around. And if you're choosing to walk away and to disengage and to not, not engage with the arguing and anymore, it's like, well, you are making a different passionate choice, but you don't have anybody around. You're alone. And that can bring up a lot of anxiety. It's a sort of a different nature that then comes up. This two of Wands, the Hierophant. Oh, I was like, please, Lord Jesus, let this be a positive card. Because I feel like and it is, by the way, but I feel like making this decision to, like, there's so much determination. This is sexual energy. And I don't mean that in our baseline understandings of culture, like within our culture, within our society, I should say, of sexuality. Like, this is your creative potential. This is you reclaiming your divinity within the masculine and the feminine. This is you taking charge of your life, taking life into your hands, and initiating, like, I have had enough of the sharpness, the fighting, the disagreements, being in an environment that is just so toxic and unhealthy for me. And I am deciding to take this into my own hands, and I am going to go towards my passion. Do I know what that passion is? No, I don't. I may not know where this is going to take me. And that can give you a lot of anxiety because, like I said, you were arguing before, but at least there was someone there. And now it's like, wow, I'm doing this completely alone. This is my choice. And here we go. The anxieties come up, and you want to know what the doorway is. Like, please, universe, show me what I'm supposed to create, what I'm supposed to be doing, instead of living in the shadow of what I was told and didn't agree with to do. Like, where, like, I know I want to do something different. What is it? Show me the doorway. And the key to finding the doorway is the Hierophant. And that is, to me, that is reestablishing, redefining what your spiritual path is, finding something that works, finding something that gives you structure. It could be a return to some kind of spiritual tradition, or it could be finding yourself within a new spiritual tradition. I say that because the Hierophant, this is the card for Taurus. It is the card of devotion. It is the card of faith, spirituality, religion, structure. It's your belief. It is your belief in something that makes it real. The way you find the door to your new life, the way you find the answers for your new life and the path ahead that's going to lead you towards passion and creativity is your belief. And you get to decide what that is. That can probably sound really overwhelming. But this is a devotion to your faith. And maybe the doorway is like you figuring out what that even means. What is faith to you? What do you really believe in? And the Hierophant can be, it's often associated with the patriarchy and established religions, but because it's coming up with this doorway, it's like, yes, there could be connections to that somehow. And I'll give my journey as a very short example. I was raised very Christian, very Baptist, and there are so many parts of that way of being raised up that were so beautiful, and I have hand hand selected, and there's so much of it that I still that gives me so much comfort and so much structure. And then there are parts of it that no, like that I do not agree with that. That is not what I feel to be true within me. I feel like that's the doorway for you. It's like if you get to decide what you believe in. And that's the key for you to creating your doorway. It's like, also this, when you do that, you're going to discover that you're not alone. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Because at the center here, it's like you're disengaging from a very argumentative, painful dynamic that it's been your life. And it's been very uncomfortable, and it's been very traumatizing and wounding, but it's been your life. It's all you've known. And these people, even though they've hurt you and you've probably hurt them and you don't agree, like, they were still your comfort zone, even though it was an extremely uncomfortable comfort zone. And now when you make the decision to turn away, it is going to activate all of this, oh my God, this anxiety, this loneliness of like, what have I done? Like, what do I do now? Like, I know I'm making the decision to do things different. What does that even mean? And it's like, well, you don't have to do anything. But I think the answer for you is really asking yourself for the first time ever, maybe, like, what do I believe in? What do I have faith in? What can I call my religion? You get to define that. I mean, I was raised that God has many names, and that's what I believe. I think that we get to define a very safe and loving version of God for ourselves that works for us. We're all created differently. We all need something different. And this is such an important process for you in finding the doorway of your new life. I mean, the Two of Wands, he has the world in his hand. It's like a whole new world is waiting for you. But I think the key is when you define what spirituality and what faith is for you, you're gonna understand that you're not doing it alone, that the universe supports you, God supports you, whatever that means for you. And I hope I'm not, I don't mean to turn anyone off by saying that, because the heart of what I'm saying is like you get to decide what it means for you. It could be just your how you feel in nature. It could be you feel so connected to some unnameable bigger force when you are in nature. And for me, a big part of my journey is like, yes, I was raised with very specific guidelines, and some of those things I still agree with. But a huge part of my faith is like, I don't know. I don't know what there is. I know that there's just, this life is too beautiful and too magical, and there are too many synchronicities for it not to be something. So the key for your doorway to appear is for you to really define what you believe in, what gets you connected to. And when I say God, let's just say love. Let's just say love. What connects you to love? Maybe it's through other people. Maybe it's through nature. Maybe it is an organized religion. We all get to decide. You get to decide. What's the shadow work for you? The Queen of Swords. So, and the shadow card is that place of deep healing that needs to be looked at. And to me, the message that's coming out for you within this card is You are coming, she's the Queen of Swords, right? You're coming from a battleground that you engaged in as well. It's not like someone was, you know, both parties or both entities were, and you were one of them, you were both engaging in the fight. And walking away from that, it's like you still have the sword, but the shadow card, the shadow work for you is use that sword now to establish boundaries, to speak your truth in very loving ways. This is a big no energy. This is like thou shalt not pass energy. This is, you know, it's okay. It is okay to have very strong boundaries in this process, because I think you probably need it for where you are right now. You're in a very vulnerable place right now, or probably in the next 3 months, with you initiating new growth, new healing in your life. And this is probably going to happen and pop up because this is what happens when we do the work. Work does not involve flowers and rainbows, and I mean, sometimes it does, but most of the time, absolutely not. This is what happens when we voluntarily choose to initiate change and healing. This is what comes up. It's the dark night of the soul. It's anxieties. It's like you know, it's feeling alone. It's feeling abandoned. You're not abandoned. The key here is like, you also take your sword and cut off all the things that you were told about what to believe in that don't work for you. It's okay. It's okay. And then take that sword and carve a statue of what does represent love to you. You know? It's learning how to use your sword properly. That's the shadow work for you. It's like, it's very clear that the way you've used it in the past was out of protection. The Queen of Swords is someone who is deeply hurt, and she's very quick to draw her sword. She doesn't trust anyone. You know, that doesn't work. It's only gonna hurt someone or make you, you know, have a reputation that you're not proud of for being a little too aggressive, you know, like that doesn't work. And I think you absolutely know that it doesn't work because you've walked away from it. And now you're taking up a wand instead of a sword. But, you know, you still have the sword, and the sword energy for you is boundaries, cutting off things, boundaries, and cutting away things that make you feel bad. There are so many parts of religion that make me feel bad, and I'm like, no, thank you. To me, God is not pain. God is love. Spirituality is love. Spirituality is about feeling good and loving myself. So I'm going to cut away what doesn't do that, and I'm going to carve a new life for myself with this sword of truth. And I'm going to have boundaries, and the doorway is going to appear for you. Love you. Love you, Cancer. It's almost your birthday season. Wait, yeah, it's almost your birthday season. So happy birthday. And I love you. And if you ever want a private reading with me, please reach out. The way to book is through my website. You can schedule there directly, and that information is in the box below. Happy summer solstice. I'll see you in July for your next reading.